Hello, it is Monday and the start of a new vlog, but I'm not starting this vlog with which book I'm reading. I'm starting this vlog with an Illumicrate unboxing. I would normally do an unboxing video, however I've already had my lunch so I can't do an full unboxing video and my hair is greasy to high heaven. So I'm just going to do a little mini one in my vlog. Sorry for pointing the scissors at you. I do know which book I am reading this week though. I will show you after my unboxing. I've already seen pictures of this box and I cannot wait for some of these items. Probably one of which you will see behind me once I use it, when I can get this box open. I swear I'm not normally this slow. Here we go. I am in the middle of editing this last week's vlog as well. Just need to get round to finishing editing last week's vlog. So this month's box is Dearly Departed. Everyone has guessed what book it is off of the design. Ada has read an arc and she says she really enjoyed it, so hopefully I will enjoy it too. But on to the unboxing. Anyone like a bit of crinkly? So the first thing I got is a book organiser, and this is inspired by Nevernight and was designed by Fez Inkwright. I will leave their ads down below. And basically it's a felt holder. Oh, a felt holder for your books. So the quote says, "Too many books, too few centuries," which I agree. And yes, I am going to put in my TBR in this, so I can't wait. And the next item, when I can open it, is... Sorry for all the cuts in this, by the way. It is what I think it is. Woohoo! Come on out. Come on out. It's a book part. And it's a red book part that says Book of the Dead. And that at the back says, "Discover the ancient secrets of the underworld." I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I do have an idea of what I want to use this one for. I'm thinking of using this for my colouring pens. So my hope is that because I think they do these like once every 3 or 4 months, I'm going to be putting them on my desk to put my pens in and stuff when I'm working from home. But yeah, how pretty is that? Again, I apologise for the cuts. I'm just having to move things while I decant them. What's this? Ooh, more bubble wrap. Anyone else like popping bubble wrap? I swear when I was a kid and you'd get presents, that was the thing I loved. It wasn't the presents, it was bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. And this is glass, so be careful, Michelle, because knowing you, you will drop it. Oh. And this is a glass mason jar. It says Jacques Restaurant. And this is inspired by The Beautiful and designed by Thatslovelydear. I forgot to say, the book pot, as you can probably tell by the hieroglyphics, is inspired by ancient Egypt. I speak, Michelle. And the artwork is designed by Chattynora. And that's the mason jar. Will I drink out of it? Probably not. Might use this for my coloured pencils. Idea. I haven't read Beautiful. It's not on my wish list to buy and read, so yeah. And inspired by Gideon the Ninth, and the artwork by Jerry, is a gloom mistress and griddle magnets. Let me show you individually. Gideon the Ninth is actually on my TBR on my shelves. I hope to read this year. I won Harrow the Ninth in the Illumicrate lottery, so hopefully I'll be able to read this pretty soon. I now need something magnetic so I can stick the magnets on because I think they're pretty cool. We have some bookmarks, I think they are. They're very pretty. It doesn't say actually what they're inspired by. They're inspired by this month's book. I've just read it and it's inspired by this month's book. So very pretty. So then there is this sickle keyring, if I show you the side with the inscription on it. And this, can you... Does that make it any better? No. There we go. I think, sorry. I'll link Ada's channel down below. She's done pictures of the unboxing. So you'll have seen everything in more detail. And this is inspired by Jane's sickle and features a quote from Dread Nation and is designed by Daniella. And then we get the monthly pin. And once again, this is designed by Stacey Mcevoy-Caunt, and there is the pin. I love it. The flowery skull, very much in theme with this month's book, which is In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. So you can kind of tell now what I mean by the design kind of goes with the book. I can drop the box now. There is the stenciled edges, very pretty, and that's what it says on the back. She loves a princess, she's bound to a warrior, she must betray them both. So I will read you what it says in here for it. In Phenopolis, those gifted with magic are assigned undead spirits to guard them and control them. Ever since Rovan's father died trying to keep her from this fate, she's hidden her magic. But when she accidentally reveals her powers, she's bound to a spirit and thrust into a world of palace intrigue and deception. Desperate to escape, Rovan finds herself falling for two people she can't fully trust. Wait a minute, let me get the things out, so that might work better. This is Rovan. I'm going to try and do it. So, yeah. So, she is, so she falls, desperate to escape, Rovan finds herself falling for two people she can't fully trust. Lydia, a beguiling, rebellious princess, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, but Ivrilos warrior. The handsome spirit with the ability to control Rovan, body and soul. Together they uncover a secret that will destroy Phenopolis. To save them all, Rovan will have to start a rebellion in both the mortal world and the underworld and find a way to trust the princess and spirit battling for her heart if she doesn't betray them first. So I'm guessing this character of... this character of Jappa comes into play too. But that is this month's book. Just realised I can read this book for a whatever-a-thon. Could I fit this on there? Probably not. I'd probably be pushing it, and I can already imagine Ada is shouting at me right now. But I've just realised, looking at the colours, I can read it for the prompt, a book that reminds you of a pride flag, because you can't really see it, but we have the dark blue, dark purple and pink, which represents the bisexual flag. So represents me. Do I swap? I'll let you know when I do my TBR for June. So that's my Illumicrate unboxing. Let me get you the book that I want to read. So the book I want to start this week is Dead Man's Blues by Ray Celestin, book 2 in the Blue City Quartet, I believe it's called. I may be wrong. So book number 2. Book number 1, as I explained in my TBR video, is about 3 people trying to find out who the axe murderer is in New Orleans. And in this book, you find yourself in Chicago 1928. That is all I can read you of the blurb, because otherwise I spoil the ending for book 1. So yeah, I want to start this today. There is 475 pages in this one, so I should be able to read this in about 4 days. Steph is doing Patreon sprints tonight. She has invited Jade's Patreons to the sprints as well. I am a patron of Jade, not a patron of Steph yet. I am hoping to change that next month. But yeah, so I will hopefully be able to start this tonight and get some way into it. So I will update you tonight, hopefully. Hello, it's Monday night. I've read 74 pages and I'm going to bed. I'm enjoying it. I've slipped back into this so quickly. It's just, I think reading like 700 pages or something, nearly 700 pages over the weekend has literally made me so tired, and I'm just like, I'm also still, I think I've still got the effects of the second COVID jab. So I had none of this hangover stuff, that feelings that people have had. I've had no headaches. My arm was sore, but I could still move it. I was just so tired. So tired. I was texting my sisters and I was like, I'm not sure if it's just me. Say I'm tired and the yawn comes. But I was texting my sisters on Saturday and I'm like, well, Friday today, I'm like, I'm not sure if it's just me, because sometimes I'm not great at sleeping. And my eldest sister had her first jab the week before, I believe, and she was like, no, it's an effect. You need to sleep. And I think I slept like 8 hours Friday night, 9 hours Saturday, and I had 8 hours last night. And I still feel tired. So I'm hoping that's my body's little, we're still going to go get this COVID. I am working from home this week. My boss has been quite gracious, quite nice, and said Jay can work from home. So I think that's helped, because I'm not having to go up at 6. I can sleep through till 7:30 and then just be like, sleep. But yeah, I'm absolutely shattered. It's only like 9:30. 9:30. I was going to push myself to try and read 100 pages, but it's not happening. And I don't want to forget what's happening, because one of the characters is Al Capone. Who wants to be tired and forget anything about a character based on Al Capone? No one. And actually the gangster storyline in this book is quite interesting, and I'm actually enjoying reading more of that than I am the main storyline about an heiress who's gone missing. That isn't a spoiler, by the way. Well, they are spoilers, but you find out both storylines within the first 2 chapters, so it's minor spoiler if that. So yeah, I will update you tomorrow when I have read some more, but this is 9:30 on a Monday night, Shelley, saying good night. Hello, it's Friday. I've not really updated you much this week because I've not done much reading. I've only read 40% of Dead Man's Blues. I'm enjoying it. There's just, I just felt so tired this week. And I just not wanted to read it even though I've enjoyed it. And I wasn't pushing myself because I don't need to. I'm on track for this month. I don't want to push myself into a reading slump. Taking out the Cinderella retelling, I keep forgetting the name of it. Taking out the Cinderella retelling, I've counted up all the pages. Divided it by 15 because obviously the Whatever-a-thon and Believe-a-thon is overlaps the last weekend, so I definitely want to have finished by then. And I only need to read 134 pages every day to get to finish my TBR, which is doable. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm not pushing it. I'm not. I could feel the reading. I can feel a reading slump before it comes, if that makes sense. And I'm not pushing myself. But I did get a book for June. So I'm reading Saga Volume 1. I'm not entirely sure what's happened in this comic, but I know everyone on BookTube seems to love it. Let's have a look. It's a sweeping tale of one young family fighting to find their place in the universe. When two soldiers from opposite sides of a never-ending galactic war fall in love, they risk everything to bring a fragile new life into a dangerous old world. I'm here for it. Enemies to lovers vibes I'm getting, I'm here for it. Yeah, I have uploaded my wrap-up though for April. That was done yesterday, so if you want to go watch that, you can do. Only 16 minutes long, so not too long. I don't think this video will be that long either. But yeah, so I hope my next update will be me saying I've finished Dead Man's Blues, but which should be the case because I should finish that Saturday if I just do 135 pages a day. But let's see. Hello, it's Saturday afternoon. I'm still in pyjamas. I'm having a pyjama day. That's just me today. I didn't read anything yesterday. Well, no, sorry, I read 10 pages, but I'm not counting it as reading. I've now read 200 pages. I am less than 100 pages from the end. We've just found out about a family connection between two characters. And I was like, what? Can I read you the bits? Basically, you follow two characters. Well, you follow 3 characters from the first book. So you follow Michael and Ida from Pinkertons. You follow Louis, who is Ida's musician friend sometimes because it's connected. You then follow a police photographer and a criminal who used to be in Chicago, went to New York when something happened, and is now back in Chicago because Al Capone asked for him. And Bugsy's mentioned, and I just like... So I'll keep the names out, but this is how you find out that 2 characters are related. Hello, he mumbled. Name. It's name. Oh God, where have you been? Did you hear? I was out of town. Hear what? Oh God, it was in the paper. Name died. Name's heart froze at the mention of his brother's name, and the pit of despair loomed larger. And I was like, I read that and I thought, must be coincidence. Must be coincidence. It was in the... Name, he repeated. It was in the paper, said Name again. A shooting at the stockyards. Oh God, I'm so sorry. We just read about what happened at the stockyards. So while I thought what was happening between the 2 storylines was connected, this has just confirmed it for me. And to say that I was struggling to read this book, with having less than 100 pages, I'm so proud of myself. It means I will have caught up on the 135 pages from yesterday and actually read 10 pages more. Steph is currently doing sprints. Not sure how long for, but I'm just going to keep doing them. So yeah, looking very much like I will be finishing this tonight, and then I probably will start the Mobster's Lament, I think it's called, tonight, because that's 500 and something pages. Not a chance of me finishing that tomorrow at all, but let's see how far I get into it. But yeah, this took a turn that I didn't see coming. Still really enjoying it though, and I think it was just, I know the reason I struggled was because I was so tired when I started reading this. Still am tired actually. Despite it being the weekend. Sorry about the yawn. Despite it being the weekend, my body and me not going to bed till 12:10 last night, it got to 7:30 and my body was just like, morning! I was like, what the heck? So yeah. Am I going to try and get an early night tonight? Yes. Do I think I will still be tired tomorrow? Heck yeah. But yeah, definitely going to finish this tonight. I was hoping to film my book haul today, but with me still being in my pyjamas, that's not happening. So I might try and film my April book haul tomorrow. If I'm not tired. But I probably will be. But let's see if I'm not too tired. Because I don't want to film an April and May book haul, because that will probably be nearly, I'm going to say easily over 50 books, and seeing as April's was 38, it's going to be long enough. And you don't want to hear me droning on. So, yeah, I will update you when I have finished. But, yeah, that connection. Wow. Hello. It's 6 o'clock exactly on Saturday. I have just finished Dead Man's Blues. Gonna be honest, kind of saw half of the ending coming, as in, it's gonna sound, well, I know that I saw the ending coming because I know some of the characters carry on to the 3rd book, so I was like, well, they can't die. And then the little developments with them 2 characters, especially with Ida. So with Ida and with that character, their little friendship, I'll say, and the development with her, I was so happy about that. The inclusion of real people, like Louis Armstrong was a jazz musician, Pinkerton's was a real detective agency, Al Capone obviously was real. There's even mention of the film they do on Al Capone, The Godfather. So it's quite nice, and like and Ray, actually, the author, please ignore my washing up, I'm currently cooking tea. Ray, the author, actually has in the back the, like an explanation of the real life stuff he did use, but how he kind of bent it to fit in with his story. So yeah, and I didn't realise this, and I really should have made the connection. Where is it? Where is it? I really should have made the connection. At the end of his afterword, Dead Man's Blues is intended to be the second in a 4-part series which charts the history of jazz and the mob through the middle 50 years of the 20th century. In an Oulipo-inspired conceit, each of the 4 parts will contain a different city, decade, song, season, theme and weather. Part 3 will be set in the 1940s New York. In the autumn, the weather, theme and song are yet to be decided, although the latter, autumn in New York, seems to be an obvious choice. Maybe too obvious. The main characters from the first 2 books will reappear in the next 2. So I didn't read that. Well, I read half of that, then I've just read that out. So it's obvious that Michael and Ida will be in New York. Or something Ida and Louis, let's see, because the way they left Michael, he might be off doing something else. And there is a connection to New York with one of the new characters in this book. But he is going off to do something else at the end of this book. So I would like to see how that develops. What would I give this book? 5 stars. I know it might seem weird because I struggled through like the first half, I'll say, well, the first 40%. But that was because of other reasons. It wasn't because the book wasn't good. It was because I didn't feel great. So yeah, 5 stars. I will start the 3rd book tonight, but I don't know how much, because really, I don't need to start that tonight. I could leave that for tomorrow, but I'm not, because I'm going to keep that reading slump that I felt at bay So yeah, I will update you when I have started book number 3. So just starting the Mobster's Lament, what I'm liking is we do get a list of characters mentioned in this one. And from reading the blurb, it's set 19 years after the second book. I look really tired. I don't know why I'm actually feeling not tired. But I look tired. That's not good. So yeah, set 19 years after the second one. And I've just read the blurb, and I'm just like, I kind of glossed over something, and then I reread it, and I'm like, he's not that old, that character. So basically our main character, one of the 2 main characters who we follow throughout, Michael Talbot, he's got 2 children, a girl and a boy. And in this one, his son is kind of, well, he's on death row for a killing spree. And I was like, but he was only like, I always thought he was like 8 or 9 or something in the other books. He was about that age in the first book, then I realised it time jumps. And when you read, so you get a like newspaper article. I say I'm not tired, I yawn. Here's the thing, I'm yawning, I don't feel tired. Anyway, so yeah, newspaper article. Sorry, the newspaper article, English Tonight. Manhattan, August 2nd, Thomas James Talbot, 35. And I was like, how big is this time jump? 19 years. So I'm literally just like, I need to start reading these blurbs more and not just dive straight into them because I'm losing information. There is also, it seems, a change in Ida's status, because she was Ida Davies in the past 2 books. She is now Ida Young. And we do still follow Louis. We are following now another mobster, a different one, which I'm quite liking, that we're kind of jumping. But it's a family name that was mentioned in the second book, which is nice. I am still hoping that a certain character from book 2 is brought back into it. However, judging by the list of characters in the front of the book, he isn't, and I'm quite intrigued to see how that happens, because from what I left it off as, him and Ida were quite friendly for a certain reason. And if you have read book 2, you know what that certain reason is. But yeah, I'm going to start reading now and stop blathering. I've already read quite a few pages today, so I started the day at 195. That in the second book there's 470-ish pages. So I've read like 280 pages, so I don't need to pressure myself to read much. But I just want to get a good chunk read. If I get to like page 100, I'll be happy. But what I like about these books is that they're kind of split into sections. So like part 5 and stuff. So part 5 starts at page 97, so I can get to page 97 tonight. I'll be happy. Because this is a chunker of a book. It is 549 pages. So my goal for this weekend, well, for tonight and tomorrow, is to get to about 250 mark. I'm not, well, let's just push for 270 something, however much 50% is. Maths tonight, not me. And then I'll obviously carry on. I'm not going to try and read 577 pages in about 24 hours. Although I've done it before, I pushed myself, I feel tired. I am back at the office next week, so I need to get a good night's sleep tomorrow. So, yeah. But let's see how I get on. I will update you tonight to see if I do get to page 97. Hello, it is 11:15 on Sunday, so I'm going to keep this short and simple. I haven't reached 50%, I have reached 41%. so I'm good for today. I actually went over by 10 pages, my allotted page count for today, so that doesn't include the pages I read yesterday, so I'm happy. Very fast pace, a bit like this one and a bit like this whole series is the mobsters and the detectives are all working the same case with different angles. It's all going to connect. We've found out that the son has kept some secrets from dear old Pop. The mobsters has been looking after his 14-year-old niece, and it turns out, I think 6 years ago, I want to say, I'm not quite sure, his sister was killed by someone, and that person, spoiler alert, has now been rumoured to come back. However, this person has been a myth around New York, so we're not sure if he is alive or not. The mobster is also working a case for his boss, and it's looking more and more likely that the son of Michael is involved in that somehow, some way. So yeah, enjoying it. Am I upset that I haven't finished it this weekend? No, because this week I've had a lot on and it's been draining. It has, and I think I'm so lucky that my boss was happy for me to work at home this week. I'm back in the office next week. I think that will help because I'll be with people so I can talk. But my aim for next week is to finish this. I think I have about just over 300 pages left, I want to say. Yeah, like 308 pages left. So I want to finish this Wednesday so I can then move on to A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. Am I looking forward to reading and finishing this trilogy? Nope. But I will go into that in next week's vlog. This will be up Monday because obviously it's 11:15 and I've got work tomorrow. So apologies, it's up a day late. I haven't filmed my book haul for Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure which day it'll be up yet, but it will be up this week for April because it needs to get done. And yeah. So yeah, and it's so weak with reading, but there's reasons for that, and I've been talking to Ada about upcoming book series that I want to read and turn possibly into a vlog series, but I have to get through my TBR shelves first and then sort out the book cupboard as well, so I have room for said books. But that is it for this week. If you have enjoyed this vlog, please leave a like. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Michelle. I have 2 speeds when it comes to reviewing books, well, talking about books. I spoil it completely or I'm very vague. Who knows? Trying to find a middle ground. Is it working? Probably not. Doesn't help that this month I am reading mainly sequels, so I can't say things about the book because it might spoil the first book or the second book. I made choices this month and last month with reading. If you are new and you haven't subscribed, please consider it. The red button will be down below. If you are considering it but you're not sure, if you go back and watch some of my earlier videos, they're not a lot different from this, but I might have actually improved in some way, I don't know. But until next time, which will be Wednesday or Thursday, bye guys.